Hello, viewers out there. You're welcome once again to Sports Orbit Friday edition. Like we always say here in Nigeria, thank God it's Friday. My name is Afa Acho. Salif Usman is right here with me on this wonderful weekend edition of Sports Orbit. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit once again.
Thank you. Just to repeat what you said again,
Mm,
we can't wait for the weekend. And the drama in the Nigerian Football Federation
mm,
election
yeah,
is on, and
yeah.
from the look of things, the election may not hold
Oh,
because the player union are
mm,
pretty hard
yeah.
that they will do everything to ensure that the
Mm,
election will hold until
mm,
their case in court
mm.
is being determined and ensure there's amendment to the constitutions and to accommodate everybody.
Exactly. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll give you that story as it unfolds. It's an unfolding story, so be sure that right here on Sports Orbit, we'll give it to you as it comes. Well, we'll begin today's episode straight from the camp of the Super Eagles, where Nigeria and Leicester City of England midfielder that's talking about Wilfred Ndidi has pulled out of the camp after suffering an injury. Ndidi was part of the Super Eagles squad that are preparing to play an international friendly game against Algeria on September 27 in Oran. He was named in Jose Pesero's midfield alongside Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi, and Richard Onyedika. Accordingly, Coach Pesero's plan will have to be changed with the latest development. As confirmed by the NFF, says Wilfred Ndidi is injured and out of the game against Algeria. He has left the team camp and returned to England. Get well soon, Wilfred, the NFF posted on their Twitter handle yesterday. Ndidi is just one of the number of key players who have pulled out of the build-up owing to injuries. Notable absentees are Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, who is set to return to a couple of weeks, while Real Sociedad forward Omar Sadiq might be out for the rest of the season. Other missing players include Leon Balogun, Ahmed Musa, Emmanuel Dennis, Henry Onyekuru, and Samuel Chukwueze. So, I mean, the injury list keeps growing longer and longer every day. Looks like since the Eagles got into camp, even leading up to camp, every day one player is either going down with a knock or something else. And the latest one seems to be Wilfred injury. And unfortunately, it happened in camp, during training.
This is quite disappointing and
Mm,
a very big blow for the Super Eagles camp, for the Super Eagles team. And it is a crucial member of the team, and in fact, an integral hero of the team for
yeah.
that matter. And going to play a match like a team like Algeria without him, they wouldn't be in the midfield is
Mm,
going to be a very tough one
exactly.
for. Well,
Yeah.
we are waiting to see how Pesero will be able
Mm,
to navigate within that and make use of what he have at the camp.
yeah.
But this match is look as if I'm a bit worried about it. It's not particular because it's going to be this match.
Mm.
It's one of our fighter key players
I recall that he came back from a
from
long
injury.
injury
So
not quite long ago.
when he's begin to have this recurring injuries, it's not going to help a lot. And
Mm,
since he came back from injury, you can see how his team Leicester are strongly,
yeah.
seriously, and now going back to injury again, just recover and going back to injury. It's really disappointing and
Mm,
very a big blow for him. Not for the team. I mean, even feel particularly for him as a player and
yeah.
for his career.
Mm. I mean, completely, and we just only hope that he recovers quickly. I mean, the season is just beginning. Leicester
Yeah,
City are struggling, and they really need to, need his services in
yeah.
the middle of the park out there.
Honestly, I think
Mm.
we can't wait anything but tell him to keep on praying with him in prayer and wish him quick recovery so that he get back to what he know how to do best.
All right, away from that now, but still on the Super Eagles, where Lorraine forward Terry Murphy is favored to lead the Super Eagles attack in today's friendly against Algeria. The team's leading marksman Victor Osimhen is unavailable for the game as a result of injury. Murphy has impressed for his club this season, netting 6 times in 8 league appearances. The 23-year-old has been impressive in all the team's training sessions since they set up camp in Constantine. The striker scored a brace in the Super Eagles' last game against Sao Tome and Principe in June. The other strikers on the team are Taiwo Awoni, Kelechi Iheanacho, Godwin Saviour, and Cyril Dressers. So all the other options that Coach Pesero might be able to call up. Looking at Terry Murphy, some have said on some online comments I saw earlier today, some are saying, well, we have a Kelechi there, we have the likes of Dennis. Why not Dennis?
Dennis absent.
Yeah, Dennis is absent actually. Yeah.
Maybe Awoni is.
Yes, maybe Awoni. Why not allow Awoni lead the attack? Why Terry Murphy? Because the truth is, a lot of Nigerians are just getting to know the young man more. You might say he's not as popular as the rest of his other team members, but from what he has put up in his team, since the beginning of this season, scoring 6 goals in 8 matches, you might say that maybe they said in training he's been impressive. Like we always say, we are not in training in camp with the players. The coach sees what all of them in training, and there's something he might have seen about Murphy, which he wants him to put to start today.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not about what we feel,
Yeah,
or it's not about what we want. It's about what the coach, how the coach want to play his game. And at the same time, I'm beginning to feel for Awoni. When we thought that not that we wish that the absence to
Siemens, Dennis, and the rest of them.
It's not what we wish. But we hope that in the absence, Awoni should be able to have a chance to prove himself. Now he now has the Murphy to contest with. And with the coach now appear to favor Murphy, it shows that Awoni need to do a whole lot. Need to work hard. If not, his day his Super Eagles begin to dwindle. His day his Super Eagles will go through. Because if the absence of these several people and they now have Murphy ahead of him again, that means he's dropping down in the pecking order. So
I might not completely agree with you.
Well, and in the case of the Murphy, either he's popular, he's not popular. What the coach wants is who can give him what he wants.
Yeah.
I think he has no apology to anybody, provided
Absolutely.
provided if he shot Murphy and Murphy is good to deliver and give him what he wants. It's what can give me go.
I mean, but it doesn't mean that Awoni will not have a part to play at all. It just means that he's not starting.
It is not starting. So that is so that somebody's already ahead of you.
No, I mean it might not always be the case. It could be that in the next game, and the coach might feel Terry Murphy, you start from the bench, let Awoni or someone else start. So it's still a friendly game for me. It's still early days. So maybe the coach just wants to
and that is why I say Awoni need to work hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Why we were feeling that he's challenging were the likes of Vito Shime,
Ariel Nyekuru,
Sadiko Omar, and now Murphy has a match from nowhere else, and he has to want to contend with the game. So he has to work hard. If not, his days in Super Eagles will be over.
All right, we'll see how that pans out. We hope, and don't forget that in the qualifiers, Terry Murphy was also on the score sheet. So exactly. So anyway, you have a point. Anyway, we'll see how he gets to perform again. Hoping that he gets to cement his place in Coach Pesero's team, and that's one thing. Some of the advantages some players usually get when a new coach comes in. Sometimes a new coach comes in, and a particular player might just find favor with coach, and he just feels that this is the guy who actually fits into my philosophy and how I want to play.
Yeah, and looking at him as a person, he looks very bonky.
Yeah, exactly.
Has a routine, like the kind bonky style of African players who can muzzle anybody in defense. So,
all right, that's that for that. Now to some basketball where the Nigerian Basketball Federation will, in a matter of days, make public the members of its various committees to oversee the leagues and other national activities. This was made known to reporters by the Vice President of the NBBF, Babatunde Okunade, following the release of the board's programs for the last quarter of the year. He said the board met and has taken far-reaching decisions to move forward after all the distractions of the elections. Now it's time to move forward and give basketball the attention it deserves, especially on the home front. Committees have been set up with a view of inclusiveness to enable the game to claim its rightful place in Nigerian sport. He said every league has a board that will drive it, and that way we have everyone involved in the development of the game. Everyone has got something to offer, and working together will bring out the best in us. In a couple of days, the NBBF will make the membership of the committees public, as we all have to be ready. So, well, for the NBBF, looking like they are beginning to get, beginning to get serious. Who looks like you're still not convinced.
It's not about me not convinced. Well,
No, because I mean, even on this show,
you quickly decoded my moon.
No, yeah, because even on this show, the NBBF have really come under your hammer severely.
It's not my hammer. It's about it's about the fact on ground and what's on the public domain.
Yeah.
Just like you see, they look appear as if they are trying to survey their players.
Yeah.
Look appear they are not so sorry to work. But while we're coming to the studio, I just see news alert. That's from on my but I lost because of the time I couldn't look at it. Like what I just seen the screaming here was that the faction of NBB led by Goshe warning the public to be aware of the impostor. That's the headline that says that they should be aware of the impostor. And I think they were responding to this statement that they are trying to make available their committee and that nobody should take anything from them and that they are just impostor that face life for them are the bottom.
So as it is now, so where does the NBBF stand? If this other group are calling these ones imposters, and these ones are saying we are the authentic ones, you guys too are not the authentic ones. So as it is, it means the crisis is still far from being over.
It's still far from over. I agree with you. It's still far from over. We are just trying to, try to patch on the surface thing. The just pass on the surface thing. Even the real wound is still dead. It's still there. It has not been healed. And to me, I believe the Ministry of Youth and Sport largely contribute to these situations.
Yeah, I mean, clearly we've said that over and over again on the show.
They have that time when they call off from international convention, it is an amazing opportunity to ensure that all parties are brought to us on the same table and iron out the truth. But he didn't do so, but he just went and say, I recall that we have lifted the ban and just the Kida group is not the authentic NBBF election. And with no apology, without you state emphatically why you feel the other board were not
exactly duly elected. I mean, talking about the Female FIBA World Cup, early hours today, I was watching China, and I felt very bad. In fact, because Nigeria are not participating, I completely forgot that.
Even Japan beat one yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So this morning, I just tuned in the TV and I saw China playing, and I was like, oh, our team would have been in this competition, but because of all of this, these people suffer to qualify, and they can't even participate in this tournament.
Because simply because somebody somewhere just want to satisfy his personal ego.
Really painful. And then we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, right, welcome back from that break. You're still on to Sports Orbit now. So our next story still on basketball, where the Boston Celtics have suspended head coach and former the Tigers forward Ime Udoka for the whole of the 2022-2023 season after reports emerged that he was in a relationship with a female member of staff of Boston Celtics. Udoka, who led the Celtics to the NBA Finals earlier this year in his first season as head coach, was suspended for what the term called violation of team policies. The team added that a decision about Udoka's future beyond the 2022-2023 season will be made at a later date. And in his place, assistant coach Joe Mazzulla will be promoted to interim head coach. Reacting to the suspension, in a statement, he said, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I'm sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision out of respect for everyone involved. I will have no further comment." I mean, this story broke out, yesterday night, and I looked at it, and even on social media, on both sides of the divide, when these kinds of things always happen, especially somewhere like in America, the racial card is always somewhere saying, yes, yeah, it's because he's black. Because really, if you look at what happened, fine, he's a coach and was in a relationship with a female staff member. Well, for the team, they said it violates their team policy. But looking at it, I mean, from the Nigerian perspective, is that enough reason to suspend a coach for the whole of the season, simply because he was in a relationship of some kind with a female staff member?
An adult.
Adults, exactly. It wasn't a case of rape or anything. A consensual relationship with a staff member.
Agreement.
Exactly.
An adult. People that are mature enough to take it sure by themselves. I don't know why. Just is a racism issue. I don't know why, and the why don't want to see anything good about Africans, about the black. They were feel disappointed, feel surprised that a coach from Nigeria,
exactly, who even lead Celtics to the NBA Finals
in his first
season.
In his first season,
not forgetting that he won the Eastern Conference.
So they were surprised, and don't try to go everywhere to pull him down.
Yeah,
and they have succeeded. But to me, just like you see, not because of say we're these kinds of people, it's not a player.
Yeah.
Not that say he used her influence as a coach to influence on or it's not coaching a female team, or he has a relationship with the player.
Two adults
who have a right to take a decision to make a choice by themselves.
Exactly. So for me too, it really it's one of those things. Well,
it's one of those things.
It's one of those things. Move on from that to a bit of tennis now, where Roger Federer's, recall that the Lava Cup is already ongoing, and the legend has already said that this will be his final tournament before he finally hangs his racket. And of course, today he will play alongside Rafael Nadal in the cup doubles. Today, the pair will present Team Europe against Team Worlds, Jack Sock and Francis Tiafoe at London's O2 Arena before the match, and the Murray will start the evening session in a singles event against Alex de Minaur. Now, the match will come up at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Federer said last week that he will retire at the team event, which starts today, actually. Well,
that's a fantastic sport.
Yeah, fantastic one. I mean, teaming up with his arch nemesis, Rafael Nadal, in a doubles event. And
so I don't know how their opponent will feel.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, clearly, even Nadal earlier in the week had said, I mean, he can't imagine tennis without Roger Federer. And clearly, and it's good that he wants to share his final moment with him, because I mean, he said this was someone that he actually looked up to.
Way to end.
Yeah.
And there's time for everything. There's time to bond. There's time to get a big, and there's time to drop. So there's a time for everything, and his time. No doubt about it. Either on the court or not on the court. His name, what he has achieved in the game of tennis, will continue to remain there.
Yeah.
But to see him regularly on the court, it's gradually fading away. And
Exactly.
can
Yeah.
wish
End
him
of an era, you
end
say.
of era. I
Mm.
agree with you, and then we wish him well in his future. One he has also come to see that he will not be a ghost tennis. That
Yeah.
either on the court or on the court, he will still his life
Mm.
will still remain in the
Yeah,
tennis.
definitely. Definitely. All right. To a bit of football now. Just talking about the UEFA Nations League, where some interesting matches went down last night with some interesting results in that tournament. If my producer has it, we'll take a look at it. Of course, France were back to winning ways last night, also as they defeated Austria 2-0 in that one. Actually, Olivier Giroud was on the score sheet, making him the oldest player to score for the French national team. I mean, the guy is still going stronger and stronger at his age, because Giroud is about 37 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, senior Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Croatia defeated Denmark 2-1 in that one. For Belgium, Kevin De Bruyne inspired Belgium defeated Wales. Gary beat Wales with 2-1 in that one. For Netherlands, shocking result, fell 2-0 to Lewandowski's Poland, while
That's why Poland. That's
Yeah.
why Lewandowski.
yeah, exactly. While Lithuania drew 1-1 with Faroe Islands. For Turkey, it was a 3-3 draw against Luxembourg, while Kazakhstan defeated Belarus 2-1. Slovakia fell 1-2 to Azerbaijan, while Latvia were also on the losing side against Moldova. For Liechtenstein versus Andorra, it was 2 for Andorra, while 0 to Liechtenstein. But surprising result for most people was Poland, Netherlands.
Poland Netherlands. But if you are see, we're talking about just those Lewandowski, and if you put it side by side in football history and the record,
Yeah.
you expect Netherlands to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, considering the array of stars in the parade.
Netherlands has been there for long. But
Exactly.
Poland is just like.
Mm. Like you say, apart from Lewandowski, you can hardly mention 2 or 3 players.
Fabianski was their goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Arsenal goalkeeper. I think he's still with Roma.
Yeah.
Roma, Fabianski, and then you can't really mention most outstanding players from the Poland. Even if you go to the history and the record, Netherlands is all
Completely.
You definitely put your money on Netherlands than to put it on Poland. So I don't see that as a surprise. If it more, but really, beating them at home 2-0 to be a surprise, if not.
I mean, for Belgium, 2-1 over Wales. I mean, you will expect that Belgium, considering the array of firepower they have, stars they have, they will do it. But a slim result.
For me, Wales try to get that.
Exactly. 2-1.
Play with Belgium. So it's a fantastic result. That's why in defeat, but it's a fantastic result for Wales.
Yeah, I mean, for France, 2-0 against Austria. Looks like France are back to winning ways, because in the early stages of this competition, they actually struggled.
They're strong, and it's like the World Cup is appearing, and
Yeah, exactly.
to tell that as well.
Defending champions.
Defending champions, and we are still aiming to recover to retain the cup. But how that one will happen, that's not different, because we have not seen. I don't know. I may be wrong. I've never seen any nation defending the World Cup title
In recent time. In recent time, back in the days, Brazil actually,
back the day in the days of Pele.
Yeah, in the days of Pele, Brazil actually did that in those days. Anyway, some other fixtures will go down today, also in the UEFA Nations League, and we'll take a look at them. Of course, star match clearly tonight will be Italy versus England in that one. England will have revenge on their minds tonight, considering what they suffer in the hands of Italy at the Euros.
Euro finals.
Yeah, Euro finals. I mean, and they'll be playing away to Italy in that one.
Just like you say, it's a class of the class of the titles to everyone to watch, and I think everybody rather than to spend your time with any other match, you rather focus on what we are doing. Italy,
Exactly.
It's a repeat of Europe.
Completely. Yeah, the other game, Germany, Hungary, also the other match, which will come up at 8:45. Then, other one will be Finland, Romania. Well, other matches will see Bosnia and Herzegovina take on Montenegro. Georgia will host North Macedonia, while Bulgaria will also be at home to Gibraltar. For Malta, they'll travel to keep a date with Estonia. That's actually the first match for today, which starts exactly at 6 p.m. Nigerian time in that one. All right, so we'll keep an eye on all of these matches, and hopefully on Monday we'll be here to give you a complete recap of these games and other sporting events as they unfold during the weekend. Salifu, once again, thank you for being in the studio on today's episode of Sports Orbit.
Thank you. So it's a pleasure.
All right, until we come your way with another exciting and fresh package on Monday, do stay safe out there. My name is Afacho, and have a lovely weekend.